Welcome. Welcome back to The Best Show. This is The Best Show, full stop. There's no two ways around it, no ifs, ands, or buts, except
Speaks
for
for
our
itself.
two butts sitting in these chairs. Speaks for itself. It's all there. Everything you could need to know about the show and more is right in the title. It is a show, and it is the best one that there's ever been. I thank you very much for choosing to spend your time enjoying this show, because it is the best show. This is quite literally the best way you could spend your time watching a show, because it is the best one. I'm your host, Chase Tucker.
And I am Alex King.
And welcome back to another episode. This is episode 5.
How did we get here?
I have no idea, honestly. It feels like a avalanche cavalcade of
Yeah.
poor decision making that has led us to this point. But we're here nonetheless. I can breathe now. There's the monotone droning. It's just rough. All right, so let's crack into this. We got a episode pumped full of good ideas and poor decision making.
Yes.
I think it's the ideas were good, the follow through was lacking.
Correct.
And I think we'll jump into that with our first segment here. But let's try a little bit. How you doing?
I'm doing great.
Okay, cool. So this first segment, Jupiter was pretty close.
Super close, as a matter of
It
fact.
was very close, actually. It was.
The closest.
Do you know how close it was? Do we know the?
It was. We're having our producer Google this up for us. My money's on 300 million miles vicinity.
I'm gonna
something
say
like that.
at least 20 feet away.
20 feet away at least.
At least, yeah. That's my
The
the Price is Right rules.
Oh, okay.
So if it's anything above yours, if it's
Okay, I'm locking in 300 million.
Okay, 20.
the current distance is 368.
But it was the closest it had been since the 60s. I don't know. It was
50s.
50
I think you said 50
some
years?
odd years.
Yeah.
59 years, something like that. And it is the closest it will be for another 107. So if you missed it, that sucks.
But you can watch us.
Yeah, you
looking
can
at it.
look at our
Live-
super crisp photos we got. They're super close. They're
Yeah.
I mean, you can see so much detail in
It's
them.
almost alarming how close we were able to get. It
Mm.
makes me really wonder, what is NASA spending all their limited budget on? you
Yeah,
know?
exactly.
'Cause
All you need is this or
Exactly.
that.
Honestly,
Even that one.
this actually worked really well.
That was the best one, actually. I think the one-
astrophotography, Yeah. And
best-
it even has a flash, too. So if it's a little bit dark, the dark side of the
Boom.
moon just splashes it with light. You're good to
and
go.
light goes so fast it'll
Yeah.
hit Jupiter.
I actually did find aliens with this camera the other day.
Oh, good.
I just went outside and I was like, oh, there they are.
Boom,
Took a
proof.
picture of 'em. Easy peasy.
What are you doing?
It's catch up, guys.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, to be fair, we do need to earn our status as the best show.
That is true.
And it's by
so.
doing this groundbreaking scientific research that we
Mhm.
really attain that world renowned.
It gets us the rung above.
Exactly. We're doing the things that Nat Geo doesn't want you to see, basically.
Yeah.
So anyway, watch this little film when we'll
Yeah.
touch base on that afterwards.
Yes, that's what it was. Perfect.
The perfect. Yeah. Who needs a tripod anyway? Am I right?
Astrovideography.
I had the Pentax 6.7 with
Yes.
the 300mm lens.
Mhm.
I was shooting just the crispest of, I think it was 1000 ASA
Yeah.
color film, Pro 1000 Kodak film.
Let's
It's
go.
real stinky. I think it expired in 1999.
Good.
So
So those turned out great.
yeah, they turned out really good. The 300mm was interesting because
Yeah.
it's a medium format, so
It
the
is
300mm is
Chunky.
a little bit different than how you'd think it'd be. I think it correlates to roughly 150 millimeter, like a normal camera or something
Yep.
like that. And then you,
I was shooting the FM again,
Yeah.
like always, and I was using your what is it, 100 to 400, 200 to 400.
100 to 400, I believe.
Yeah.
I think, yeah.
Little plastic case housing lens that I could get close enough. I don't know if it was in focus. It didn't like that lens. Really didn't like infinity.
It doesn't like most things.
Yeah,
I think it
so-
doesn't really like being a lens. So that was it. That was the Jupiter segment. A little science exploration there for
Yep.
you. A lot of fun. Enjoyed it. Can't wait for another 107 years for it to come back.
We'll be there. Will you?
We'll revisit this. Episode 6. Jupiter Part 2. It's a long wait time.
Yeah.
Anyway. But yeah. What do you want to talk about? Do you have any like fun things you want to chat about?
Yeah. I want to ask you a very important question. Because film is, you could say, in a renaissance period.
Yeah.
Currently.
Resurgence, I would say.
Resurgence period, but it's still nowhere near its full height.
Mm-hmm.
Where do you see film going in the future? Do you think prices are going to continue to soar as it becomes like more of a niche thing and people are going to get priced out? Do you think it's going to dip back out again like it had? Yeah. Do you foresee independent film manufacturers kind of keeping it alive and it being like more of like a cult thing?
Yeah. That's an interesting question because I think a lot has to go into that. I think a smart business person would look at the current climate and register that, yes, prices of things are going up as popularity increases.
Yes.
But you also have to understand that the consumer, like the average consumer, which is who you're marketing to, you're not marketing, never market to like diehards.
Oh.
You need to market towards the average person.
Yeah.
Because the diehard's going to be a very small percentage. So you're averaging, like you want to average as many people as you can, but their frame of their attention span is not that large. They don't have like as much invested interest in film photography as we do, as other diehard film photographers do. So you need to look at it as this has a finite amount of time in the sun. How can we maximize our profits from this? I don't think that Fuji will be like coming out with any new film anytime soon because I know Japan has like really high ecological like parameters for production of things. They have, like, they have other areas of income. I don't think Kodak's gonna like come back because they're just always bankrupt, and regardless of like how much people use film, they're still bankrupt. It boggles the mind. I know for a while, Film Ferrania was trying to come back. I think they reopened their factory. So like that's kind of like where we're at now. I don't know if it's going to. I think what will happen is it fell out of favor of the masses in like the early 2000s to the mid 2000s to 2010s
with the rise of digital.
Exactly.
Correct? Yeah.
And I think what's happening now is people have gotten a little bit spoiled by digital photography. They're like, oh, film is this other like textural thing that I can do, and it will make my work a little bit different.
And it now has like sort of like a nostalgia factor to it.
Yeah, and I think what'll happen now is people will like either realize I like doing this or I don't like doing this. But what happened, this big resurgence, asks the question to the photographer of, do you like shooting film? Do you want to try it?
Okay.
And so I think what will happen is it'll become a little bit more popular than it was, but I definitely think the hype is going to die down.
Yeah.
I think that we're going to see like a decrease in prices of cameras, like especially like you know, the less popular ones that are like weirdly jumping up in price. I hope that those die down pretty much.
Hopefully.
Yeah. But I definitely think film is kind of on the outs, if I had to guess, like production wise. Unless
and that kind of segues into like my next question. Like, it's not super ecologically friendly. It's not very environmentally friendly, especially like all like the chemicals and stuff. And I know there's greener alternatives. Like, I mean, everybody knows about caffeinol, but I remember I Googled it once, and there's I don't know who's putting it out, but somebody's putting out like an environmentally safe like developers and stuff like that. So with that and our burning planet, how long do you see, or do you think at all will it be possible to shoot greener?
Well, see, that's the other thing too, whereas the more people that are using it, the less that time window is.
Yeah.
So I feel like as fewer people are using it, more people kind of fall off the bandwagon because they're like, this just I can't prioritize this in my budget.
Yes.
That average consumer is like, I might as well just shoot digital instead. We kind of saw it a little bit earlier this year. There was like this weird resurgence in like old consumer camcorders, old consumer point and shoot digital cameras.
Mm-hmm.
People were like buying those up because it kind of created the similar film feel of a very nostalgic look. But you don't have to pay to get your film developed. You don't have to buy more film.
Yeah.
So I think stuff like that's going to really like start climbing up, and then film will kind of, you know, become less popular. So
or
like,
maybe some more like emulation
yes,
and stuff like that. Yeah.
Different color profiles,
Mm-hmm.
plugins, and things of that nature. But I do think that will kind of make it a little bit longer lasting. But to be honest, I don't know enough about like the ecological effects to speak too much to that. But I know it's not good.
Not good.
Yeah, so I don't know. It's an interesting question to pose because it does kind of very much relate to the success of this show long term. Probably should have considered that before starting this best show.
Fly too close to the sun, you're bound to burn up.
Exactly. It was just the wax that melted, though. If I remember correctly.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then the wings.
But film is the wax that's holding us together.
Yeah, that's true. My mental sanity is just held together by film.
Yep.
I do have a question, though.
Mm-hmm.
The higher in atmosphere you get, the colder it gets.
Correct. It's less air density.
Yeah.
Right? Yes.
Yeah. So, how did the wax melt from the wings?
Because he got closer to the sun.
I don't think this myth makes much sense. I say myth busted on that.
It's not a myth.
It's a Greek myth. It's a
true thing that happened.
Yeah. They wrote down facts. Medusa's real.
well, I knew that. Yeah, you dated her. Anyway, remember, sponsorships are available for the best show. Just put your name here. But anyway, I think that about wraps it up for our little chatting segment here. Let's crack into this next one, which is not me. It's not even about me at all. So
No,
I don't even
so
know. Get out of here.
Leave.
Well, I'll still set you up though.
I know.
I'll set you up, right? And then you can spike it. Right?
Okay, yeah.
Volleyball?
Bah!
All right. So, one of my favorite cameras of all time,
This bad boy right
the
here.
Pentax ME Super. Lately, I've fallen out of love with them a little bit, but still, it's a great camera. It's got everything you need. Very compact form, easy to use, nice auto setting, but also with manual options in case you wanted to do something a little more creative.
Yup.
So, it's something that I've really enjoyed. And when I enjoy something, I want to share it with the people I care most about.
And so he did.
Everyone else blocked my number. Chase answered the phone. He was the last person I called.
Yep. I was not his first choice. let me
No,
tell you.
not at all. But no, I got this camera from the aforementioned camera show, the little swap meet deal.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I thought, who better to test this out than my good buddy Chase? See what he thinks about this little setup.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to kick it over to him for his thought.
Flawless Pentax. Not completely flawless, but I do quite enjoy this camera. The form factor, I feel like that's probably been said a million times on this show, is so gosh dang grippable. It's super easy to use. Little dial. The auto function is super legible, readable.
Did you shoot
there.
it in auto the whole time? Nice.
I believe I did.
Okay.
Luckily, none of them did that.
Yeah.
What the hell? Oh, I'm not. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah. Nothing. Luckily, none of them did that. Yeah. There's little buttons that are fun to click and change your shutter speed. However, I do prefer dials. I think both aesthetically and I feel like those are probably a little more trustworthy than these buttons. I'm assuming if anything goes out on this camera, it's probably the
Actually,
electronics. Oh, really?
there was one that happened where it was like that. But
Interesting.
usually, what happens more is like there's the shutter magnet failure happens
okay.
more so often than like because the buttons are pretty simple. They're pretty basic. There's
Right
three
on.
contacts that sit under here,
Okay.
and there's the grounding contact, and then there's the one for the auto, one for the manual.
Yeah.
And so it's pretty straightforward there.
Yeah.
I've seen like 2 that were bad in the thousands that I've repaired, so it wasn't too much of an issue. But yeah, I also would prefer the dial just because
Yeah.
it feels better.
However, I maybe would consider this more like beginner friendly, like super basic.
Yeah.
Like everything you need to know is right here. Super easy, super simple to operate. I would give this camera to anybody.
Yeah.
Recommend it to anybody. It's fun to shoot. The photos come back great, and also shooting on. I don't have a 50 that mounts on my Nikon, so shooting on a 50 was actually kind of like I kind of forgot how much fun it is because like I don't shoot 50 at all right now.
Yeah, I've been shooting a lot of 50 lately too, and I kind of just like that it just feels so
Cobalt.
standard. Yeah.
Yeah,
It
absolutely.
works well for like some portrait stuff. If
Yeah,
you want like a little bit of fall off.
Mhm.
It also works pretty good for like general landscape stuff.
Yeah.
So it's a very nice middle ground.
Yes.
But yeah, just kind of, I think just having that like general, this is a look,
Yep.
then you can develop more of, I kind of like.
Exactly. Like it's not too far from what the eye perceives. It's just like a little bit more punched in.
My other question is, because we talked about this
Yeah.
before, you like the mechanical wine lever.
Yes,
That's
absolutely.
The issue you have with the F4
Yes.
is that it didn't have that.
Correct.
Now for this, it's different than the FM because you shot it on manual for the most part. The FM does not have an auto, or sorry, you shot that on auto.
Correct.
The FM only has manual. So did you find that not doing that, did that hinder your experience at all? Or did it bother you in the slightest?
No. I mean, I was shooting. No, not really.
Okay. You don't feel like
Because
it,
I was still
like-
tweaking my aperture to get my shutter speed where I wanted it, depending on what, you know what I mean? I was,
Yeah.
Because I was shooting on auto, but I was still like consciously choosing my shutter speed.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's kind of how I feel about
Yeah.
it too. But it was just funny because when I was talking to Anna, she uses the ME Super all the time.
Right on.
She only does manual.
Right on.
And because literally in the interview, I
Yeah.
asked her, like, well, how many times have you actually shot on manual? And she was like, actually, that's all I shoot on. And I was like, oh, okay, I'm an idiot.
Yep.
Because
That's
I
funny.
think you might really enjoy just the ME. Because
it doesn't have the...
It doesn't have manual, no buttons. It's just...
I don't know if I would like that. I feel like I would want the manual option.
Yeah.
I feel
I
like
mean-
I enjoyed auto as a very, like, run around, snap thing
Exactly.
like we were doing that
Yeah.
day. But I mean, not like I wouldn't have fun with.
No.
with it,
I
but-
think if you had, like for me, I really like the ME Super for the auto because I think it works for the most part, and I do think like it takes that level of thinking out of it a little bit because it's a great road trip camera in my mind because it's just like you can drive around, you can
Yeah.
snap pictures, when pull
Yeah.
over, you don't have to worry about it too much. The ME kind of takes that a step further and just like, especially
Like
the one
hyper
I have.
focuses.
Yeah, because I got it for like not a whole lot of
Mhm.
money, which was always nice. But then also it's just meat and potatoes.
Yeah.
This is kind of what I use the camera for, so it boils it down even more. But the issue is, and it's not even a huge issue, but the highest shutter speed on the ME is only 1/1000, and that's 1/2000. So that's like a minor
Gotcha.
thing, but still worth
Yeah.
noting.
Interesting.
But yeah, other than that, do you want
Yeah,
to
a lot
talk
of fun.
about the
Oh,
photos?
absolutely. Let's go. I do think it's funny, I will say, kind of tangentially, that like I loaded this with the intention to go to Enchanted Forest, and then all my favorite photos are not at Enchanted Forest. I'm not a big fan of the ones I took in Enchanted Forest, but I love this one in particular. The lighting was super soft, great overcast day.
Mm-hmm. Really good food too.
Yes.
Really good food.
Incredible. And then mostly it's just like the perfect lighting just like on top of you, and like you're just like your beanie is just like rimmed a little bit enough.
Yeah. There's a like good separation from the background there.
Yep.
That lens is really nice.
I know, I was gonna say it's stinking sharp
Sears
after I
knows what
cleaned
they're
it.
doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, and I also just love I don't know how many stinking photos I have of you taking a photo. But
Yeah. I have so
an
many.
ungodly amount. However, they're always fun. They bring
yeah.
joy to my heart.
It's a winner for sure. Not as good as me hiding in a bush, but
Yeah, no, not quite. This one is pretty dope because like you're silhouetted.
Yeah, and I think this is also a really good example of the preferencing in the metering system of the ME Super.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like in the color retention's pretty impressive for color plus film, which I think you said briefly, but yeah. Shooting color plus film in this unedited, it looks really good. Like there's still like a good vibrance in my beard and all that stuff. The beanie still has some nice color to it.
Oh yeah,
I like this one a lot. I was thinking like when I first saw it, I was like, what is this? And then I remembered that was the little fire at the table.
It's a little, and I don't know why they have. Okay, no, now I see it. It's like a glass thing on all sides. I don't know why my brain was.
I thought it was like a car window at first. I'm like, at what point in time was I taking a video through the car window? It was just like, are these leaves? I was like so confused, but it makes sense now. It looks really cool.
Yeah, I almost look, and I do like the line, like the lines they.
What is that?
Make.
The vanishing point? It's not quite vanishing
not quite,
point,
but it just like adds like a
depth.
Like exactly, a little depth to it.
Yeah.
And then you're just so crisp again. Like this lens is.
Yeah,
third-party lenses.
Third-party lenses. For real. This is a good one. I like this one a lot. I'm so glad I got a haircut, but yeah, I really like this one.
A little bit of almost Rembrandt, not quite. It's not high enough.
Yeah. But
a nice side lighting, just.
Yeah, that's pretty nice. And this was
beautiful
on the way.
wrap.
Yeah. On the
to
way
Enchanted Forest,
We got some food. God, that was good. Oh, dude, that was so good.
And then this was at the park. These I really enjoyed, and I think it's probably because the lighting was a little more dramatic. It was a little higher contrast, and it was closer to sunset.
I really do like this a lot, though, and I think it's interesting how like bright it is, and you still manage to have like pretty good depth of field here on the bench.
Yeah, and that was hot too.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, you're losing it in the leaves and stuff here too, but like.
Yeah.
There's some range on that.
Yeah. The Enchanted Forest bit here.
Yeah, absolutely. This was fun.
My knees are never going to be the same.
Painful. Yeah. It was so painful.
I think it brought us closer, quite literally closer together.
I think that's the closest we've ever been.
I think so too. It's like, this is new.
Oh my goodness.
And the show has brought us to very interesting places.
It did, yeah. I'm curious where we're gonna go next. Anyways, but yeah, I liked the yellow on a. Yeah, I was just gonna say the yellow popping out of the forest because it is like such a natural environment up there.
Yeah.
And then there's just rides and castles and this and that. And that was a cool yellow. Yeah. And that mountain was cool, and it contrasted, especially on the next one when it's going up. It pops off of the white in like this dark section right here, like just.
Yeah, I really enjoyed this shot quite a bit.
Yeah, that one was fun.
Love the
good
ride
one.
too.
Yeah, that was fun.
Despite
all things considered, I like this one a lot too.
Favorite,
yeah. And I'm trying to remember. This must have been when we were in line and not. Well, yeah, because you would have seen the plexiglass or whatever that is if it was on it. But yeah.
I think this was when we were like going up the stairs on the line, like we we're just about to get on. But yeah, no, I really like this. I think it has like you framed it really beautifully. I think big fan.
Again, I think it comes down to like the time of day that I was there, like just like hour or two before sunset, and it just.
I'm just a big fan of this like kiss of light that's like right there.
And it's just like. It like almost is wrapping around because like the grass is dead enough that it's bouncing up enough.
Yeah.
But then you still have like these deep shadows like where she is. Like it's high contrast enough.
Pops of color down here from the wildflowers.
Yeah, nice. And there's still even like some color in the sky. Yeah. Not much, but like there's still some
it's
there.
A pretty good gradient here. And I really like how the middle of the picture here, or like roughly the middle of the photo is like really dark. It kind of like draws your eye in a little bit more.
Absolutely.
And it creates this really nice separation from her head to the backdrop, which is really cool.
Yeah, it was fun. I just loved these ones. And then
I this one so much.
So happy.
I love this one
I was so stinking happy.
Nani in the foreground here. It's just like a little soft out of focus. I love it. And just this little like pop of light right there.
Yeah,
so
they
cute.
were backlit. They were not staying still for me. No, let me tell you.
No, not at all. They're very exciting.
Yes. And like anytime I would like crouch down to take the photo.
Yep.
I was like, no, stay.
And
Please.
not that this is a bad thing at all, but this
Uh-huh.
is just something to point out that the lens caught the light here a little bit. You got like a lens flare going on. You can
Yep.
tell right here.
Mm-hmm.
I personally like that a lot. I think it adds like a little bit of haziness to
Yes.
the image and like kind of creates this nice.
It's like nice and
idyllic
like
look.
almost dreamy. And
Yeah.
maybe,
Yeah. But like you can like if you had a sunshade on or something like
Mm-hmm.
that would cut down on that, and you get a more like clear image, and your colors wouldn't be as washed out as they are. But I like this a lot more.
Yeah, me too.
personally. It depends on the mood. It depends on what you're going for.
Yeah, that's true.
But this is interesting to point out because
That is true. Actually, I will bring that up when we get to the
Okay.
skate park because I intentionally, I hope, blocked the sun
Okay.
on the skate park shot
okay,
because like because it was gray, and it just like
right.
ate it up. You know what I mean? It just took too much detail out of it.
This is beautiful. This
Another
is
one.
just a straight
So
up dog
and it's
portrait.
so crisp.
Yeah.
If I would have changed anything, I would have like maybe had her like drop the leash, but like that doesn't even bother me too much because
No.
it's soft enough.
Yeah. No, I think it looks really really good.
And then that's the winner.
This-
That's the
yeah.
one
No,
that I
this
was
is
like
an
most
absolute
excited
winner.
about.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping, Addie, you're not watching this because I'm gonna frame this for your birthday. And
This
that one
is
too.
this is a winner. This is just a straight up winner shot right there. That's adorable.
Yep.
They look so happy to be there.
Oh, they are.
Yeah.
They were stoked to be going on a walk, dude.
It looks like you did.
I did.
Yeah. Because I'm assuming the light was coming from.
Yes.
Sounds like in this direction.
There's a little.
It's a little bit there, but it's not.
Maybe
too
I did
bad.
what I could because
Yeah.
it was coming like pretty. I
Yeah.
mean, there's a pop right there. It was probably like right here.
It looks like it was. Yeah. It still accounts for the shadows down here.
Yeah, absolutely. And they're like the shadows like in the bowl are like perfect because they're not too dark that you can't see like all the
Yeah.
graffiti and stuff in here.
Yeah. But yeah. So overall,
Would recommend.
yeah.
Pick one up.
Would you shoot with one again, given the
Yeah.
opportunity?
Yeah, of course.
Good to know. All right. Well, I guess that is it. It's kind of a short one today. It feels like.
yeah.
I don't think we.
It
covered
might be
too-
longer eventually, but it
Who
was a
knows?
little short. Yep.
I enjoyed this. This was good. It was a very nice, succinct show. We got a couple big things coming up though.
Oh,
A
we
little
do.
announcement
we
segment
do. In 2 weeks, things are going to be a little bit different.
Yeah, that is that's true. We don't
That's
have
coming up.
enough in the budget to continue on for this series.
Yep. So we're gonna do like a little closing out, little season finale, so to speak.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be a little goofy. We're gonna go on a little bit of a trip. Don't know where. You don't know where either, but you could guess in the comments below if you wanted to.
I actually am curious, like, what you guys would think.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because I like some people, if you're like really into the sauce, they kind of know where we're located.
Yeah.
But other people are just kind of watching this, like, oh, they're just like trapped in someone's basement.
Yeah,
And
exactly,
there's
which
a
is kind
creepy
of-
man behind the camera, like making them record this show, which is fairly accurate.
Yeah.
Don't stop.
But yeah, knowing like kind of where we
Yeah.
are, knowing kind of our sparse budget as the producer of the show, RompingBroncoRepairs.com,
Yeah.
has been very, very plentiful with time and money, but
Mhm.
also still, we're running a little bit low. We did
Yeah.
a lot of fun stuff.
We did.
So I'm interested to hear what
Yeah.
people have to say. Where are we gonna go? What are we gonna do?
Yeah.
What's it all about?
Yeah. Leave it down there. Clap that bell if you want a little reminder in 2 weeks.
Clap the-
I know that didn't come out
That's-
right. It
no,
came out
that's-
really
that's
wrong.
bad,
We're gonna
yeah.
cut that.
Yeah,
Probably
cut
you.
that. Get that off the
Yeah.
internet. Clap that bell. No, dude. No, I don't want to clap that bell, man.
Oh man.
Professional work
However,
environment.
you can. I meant to say, click that bell button. That's way better.
Click the bell.
Click it.
Click it. On that note. On that. Get the train.
Yep.
On the train.
Yep. Oh man.
But thank you very much for watching. This has just been a delight.
Yeah. Absolute pleasure.
Very excited for new things to come, but I do appreciate you watching, as does he. Make
Yes.
sure to like the video if you enjoyed it, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on future things, and remember, 2 weeks time, we've got something a little special planned. I'm very excited about it.
I'm stoked.
All right. Well, let's go. I was kind of worried because I feel like I kind of threw it on you, and I was
Oh
like,
no.
oh no, but like,
A trip. Ah, but I'm afraid of those.
oh no, vacation. Oh, no. But yeah, I think that is all I had. Any closing thoughts? All right, cool. On that note, thank you very much. Catch you on the next one.